Hello, I am finally getting around to do my October Currently Inked. Work has been absolutely insane, really long, grueling days that has happened over the last week, and today I'm taking some time. It's really my only day since I've got a couple more 12-hour shifts in my future. So we will get started. I stamped using my Everyday Explorer stamp this time, and then I will do my ink swatches after, like this, with the sandwich bag like I did last month. So let's get started. My first ink is called Fanyantan, I believe. I probably completely butchered that name, but it was a sample given to me by Jane at JP Pen and Ink. It's called Cicada Rain. This ink was so pretty. The minute I seen it, I absolutely had to ink it up. You know, this is kind of my, color that I gravitate towards. It is just this beautiful green. And I actually have that inked up in my Kaweco. I think it was Sage, I believe this colorway was. I have not inked any of my Kaweco, or Kavecos. I think it's called Kaweco. Sorry, Kaweco. I have not inked any of these up, gosh, in a really long time. Okay, I'm one of those people that have to write to the side, so it's about to turn. Okay. This is, you know what did I do last time, actually? I did the name of the ink and then the pen. Okay. You know, you act like this is my first time doing this. So, this is by Fanyantan. I hope I'm saying that right. And this is called Cicada Rain. And this is inked up in my, how do you spell that? So it would be Kaweco. And I believe it's Sage. And this has a fine nib. And if anybody knows me, you know, that's not a shocker. Okay. That is such a unique ink. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it like has this like pink undertone. Oh, absolutely love it. The next one we're going to do is Diamine's Fortune's Gold. And I'll get this shimmer moving around a little bit. And how pretty. And this sample was an ink swap I did with Faith and Fountain Pens. Sherry, thank you for sending this my way. And this one I have inked up in my Esterbrook Esty in, this is the Rainforest. So this is, oh, you know what, I probably should agitate this just a little bit. Okay. And this one is Fortune's Gold. And this is my Esterbrook Esty in Rainforest. And this one is also, I believe, the fine nib. Let's see. Oh, actually I have this in an extra fine. Sometimes I'll switch around my fine and extra fine nibs in my Estes. That is a pretty good match, I'd say. And then I'm gonna reach over here and, oops, just knocked the camera. Grab my little ink file holder that I got from Olive Frog Designs. The next one I decided to ink up is Teranishi Innocent Mauve. And this was also a sample I got from Sherry from Faith and Fountain Pens. And I don't know if I necessarily went with all fall colors. Just because I just kind of picked what I felt like inking, I guess. And this one I have in my Zodiac Pen Company. Is this not a gorgeous pen? Oh, it is in the Alexandrite blank, and this model is Gemini. And I got this from, I believe, the DC Pen Show. It was I think a DC Pen Show pen that he made just specifically for that show. Oh, so pretty. Okay. We have Teranishi. Innocent Mauve. And this is my Zodiac Pen Company Gemini. And the Alexandrite way. And this one is a fine nib. Okay. Isn't that a good match? I think that's a good match. Okay. The next one I have is Ackerman Garuda Rude. Again, I'm probably butchering these names, but you know, I'm calling it like it sounds. Actually, I'm sounding it out like it's spelled. Okay. And this is just a beautiful red. And I have this one inked up in my, this is by Olive Frog Designs. Here, let's see if I can give you a show of that video. Isn't that so adorable? This is my Olive Frog Designs pin, the contour model. And this is in the Volcanic Embers colorway. Isn't that gorgeous? I hope that the light is picking up all those beautiful sparkles. Okay. So this one is P.W. Ackerman. And this is Garuda Rude, and this is in my Olive Frog Designs contour, and then the colorway is Volcanic Embers. And this is also in a fine. That's pretty good. Then the next one, I was going to toss between a few different oranges, I guess. But I ended up going with the Wearing Gold Kyungyu. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this one is just like this beautiful, oh, am I in frame? I'm gonna move up a little bit. Oh, isn't that a gorgeous color? And I have this one inked up in another Zodiac Pen Company pen. This one is in the Virgo model, and the colorway is Primary Manipulation 4. But if you ask Bart, this is my Skittles pen. It just looks like a bunch of Skittles melted together. I absolutely adore this pen. This was my very first pen I bought from Bart. So this one is Wearing Gold. And this one is Kyungyu. Oops, I think that's an I. Okay, no, it is what it is. And this is in Zodiac Pen Company, Virgo, in Primary Manipulation 4. Also fine nib. And then this is my Skittles pin. Just love when it brings out the orange in this pin. Okay, next up we have got Kobe City Museum Gray. Now this one I have been wanting to try for so long, and then when Sherry and I did the ink swap and I saw she had it, I absolutely jumped on it because I have been wanting to try this ink ever since the first time I saw it. I mean, several months ago. And it's just like this brown gray color, and it's, I don't know what it is about this ink. I just really like it a lot. Probably because it's, you know, in the muddy family, which that kind of is my forte. And I have this inked up in my Sailor Pro Gear Moroccan Mint Tea collection, and I believe this colorway is the Kessan. It's I believe it's Kessan design, but the Moroccan Mint Tea collection. But I love this pen. I had a hard time not inking it up last month. Okay, and this is Kobe. City Museum Gray. And this is my Sailor Pro Gear in Moroccan Mint Tea. I believe it's Kessan. And then this one is a fine nib. And I think that is a pretty good match. All right, next up we have Van Diemen's. Yes, I had a little bit of an accident the other day. Van Diemen's Queenstown Gold Mine. And this was also a sample in the ink swap that I did. Let me shake this up a little bit so we can get that shimmer. And this color to me just screams autumn. It's got the orange and the gold shimmer, and it's got like the red undertone. Oh, it's just so pretty. And this one I have inked up in my Asvine. I believe this is my V126. I'm pretty sure that's the one in frosted. But this pen writes so smooth, and it just does so well with shimmer. So this one is Van Diemen's. Queenstown Goldmine. I mean, it just flows out of this pen, and for being such a heavy shimmer ink, I think this is a really good pen. Okay, and this pen is my Asvine. I think it's 126, and this is in the Frost model. Okay, next up, I went with an Inkvent ink from last year's Inkvent from Diamine, and this one's called Alpine. It's like this green with green shimmer. Let's shake it up a little bit. Okay. Took a lot of effort not to ink up more green inks or another. I'm tempted to ink up a brown. I got the new Coffee Monster Co. inks in, the Robert Oster and Coffee Monster Co. collaboration, and this one's called Coffee Monster. It is such a pretty brown. I am very, very tempted to ink it up for October because it is stunning. Okay, so this one will be in my Mahjong S5. This is another one. This is an eyedropper. This is another one that writes really well with shimmer inks. Okay, so this is Diamine Inkvent 22. So not last year, the year before. And this is called Alpine. And this is in my Mahjong S5 clear. Such a pretty color. Almost reminds me of the Faceless Lady, which is was a Chicago, it's by Papier Plume, which is a Chicago pen show ink, and that by far is one of my top inks, and this kind of reminds me of it. I might have to do an ink comparison on that. Okay, here are my inks. I'm going to let them dry for a little bit, and then we will come back and do my ink swatches, my bigger ink swatches with the plastic bag. And then we'll get to see a lot more of the ink properties. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I am back to show you the dried ink swatches of this. So first up, we have Fenyantan Cicada Rain, and I have that in my Kaweco Sport, I believe, in the color Sage. But look at how unique that color. Oh, I like that. Then we have Diamine Fortune's Gold, and I have that inked in my Esterbrook SD Rainforest. Look at that shimmer, even in the writing. And then we have Teranishi Innocent Mauve. I have that in my Zodiac Pen Company. In the Gemini model, Alexandrite is the colorway. And then I have P.W. Ackerman, Garuda Rude, Olive Frog Designs, Contour is the pen I have it in, and the colorway is Volcanic Embers. And then we have Waringal Kyungwoo, I think. I also have that in a Zodiac Pen Company in the Virgo model, Primary Manipulation 4. And then I have the Kobe City Museum Gray, and I have that in my Sailor Pro Gear Moroccan Mint Tea. I have Van Diemen's Queenstown Gold Mine, and that one is in my Asvine V126. And then I have Diamine Inkvent from 22 Alpine, and I have that inked in my Mahjong S5. And then I did, in fact, ink up my Robert Oster and Coffee Monster Co. collaboration, Coffee Monster, and I put that in my Zodiac Pen Company Olive Agate. And this is the pen I put it in. This is the Gemini model. Oh, what a beautiful match that is. I absolutely love this pen. Okay, let's get started on the ink swatches. So I just use an ink muddler. You can use a pipette or whatever you want to just kind of drop inks. And then I get a paper sandwich bag, and then I just kind of smear it around, and then I just write what it is. So we will get started. First up is the Cicada Rain. Oops, bumping the camera. And then I just have my little glass of water off to the side. Okay, and then I just take my little sandwich bag and I just smear it around. Gives you a lot of the ink properties. And then I just have my my towel off to the side that I'm wiping the bag off of. And this is Mandan. Cicada Rain. This is in my, is it C or K? I think I just spelled that wrong. It's a C. And I believe this is Sage. And this was, fine. Okay. Next up, we have the Fortune's Gold. Get some of that shimmer going in there. Oops, got a little on this page. That ink going. Wipe that bag off. This, what a beautiful yellow. This one is in my Esterbrook SD. Is Diamine, Fortune's Gold, and this is in my Esterbrook hook, SD, this is in Rainforest with an extra fine nib. Okay. Just gonna kind of fold that over a little. Okay. Then we've got the Teranishi. Oops, just hit the camera again. Innocent Mauve. There. And this is in my Zodiac Pen Company. So this is Teranishi. Innocent Mauve. And this is in my Zodiac Pen Company Gemini model. And this is in the Alexandrite. And I have this with the fine nib. So that, I think that's a fantastic match. Next we have the Ackerman. You know, it would probably be easier if I did do like a little dropper or something. I'm always afraid I'm going to put down too much ink if I have, like, you know, the ink dropper pipette. Okay. This is PW Ackerman. This is Garuda Brood. And this is in my Olive Frog Designs. This is the contour model. And this is Volcanic Embers. This I have in a fine nib. That is that match. Okay. Next up, we've got the Wearing Goal Kyungyu. Wow, why do I keep hitting the camera? Oops. I think I should have put the ink on the other side. Okay. I think that's an I. This is my Zodiac Pen Company. This is the Virgo model. And this is in Primary Manipulation 4. And that is that match. Okay. Next, we have the Kobe City Museum Gray. And this one I have my Sailor Pro Gear. Oh, darn it. Okay. This is Kobe. City Museum Gray. This is in my Sailor Pro Gear. Moroccan Mint Tea. And this is also in a fine. I think that matches pretty good. Yeah. You know, it's like, I tell myself that I don't technically have to match my pens and my ink. But then I kind of struggle if they don't match. You know, I like being able to pull a pen and know that the color matches. Okay, next we have the Van Diemen's Queenstown Gold Mine. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting that little... I'm used to my camera being held up, and it is usually the opposite way. And so this little knobby thing on the bottom usually isn't there. But it is there today because I decided to do a little different setup. And I keep forgetting it's there. So I apologize that I'm shaking you all over the place. match this one a little bit better since it's got shimmer. Hopefully that bag noise is not too annoying. All right, and get that ink mixed in there. This is, I think, 15 minutes, yes. And Demons. Queenstown. Oh my goodness gracious. I seriously cannot spell today. Queenstown Gold Mine. And this is in my Asvine B126 in the frosted. And this one also has a fine nib. I don't think I got the shimmer that well, but that's okay. I think that's a good match. Well, really any ink can obviously match that one. And then I have the Diamines Ink Vent 2022. When I did a big swatch of this before, I really liked the way that this ink looked, and I've had it for so long, and I just never inked it up, and I don't know why. I absolutely love green, and the shimmer is like a green shimmer. It is just beautiful. So I don't know why I have waited this long to ink it up. I have this in my Mahjong S5. So this is Diamine Ink Vent 22. Alpine. And this is in my Mahjong S5 clear. And this is a fine. Man, these pens, like between this one and this one, for being really inexpensive pens, they write so well. But I thought this was a pretty good match for like the grip section. Isn't that pretty? It is just a beautiful ink. Okay. And last, but definitely not least, is the Robert Oster and the Coffee Monster Co. collaboration, Coffee Monster. And when I saw her sample these inks, when I tell you the minute that, I think it was her birthday sale, the minute I saw those inks, I jumped on them as fast as I could. I had to wait a couple months to get them. I think I ordered this, I put the order in back in August during her birthday sale. And I just got them yesterday, which I knew. I mean, it was a, what you call it, where you kind of pre-order it. Like you could get it if you got, you know, if you had Ninja Fingers, you could get it right away. But I didn't feel like doing that. I wasn't in a hurry for them. So I decided just to kind of mosey on the site and, you know, order when I ordered. And then I just did the pre-order. So it did say it could take up to 3 months. So I was prepared for that. Okay, so this is Robert Oster with the Coffee Monster Co. And this is called Coffee Monster. And this is in my Zodiac Pen Company Gemini model. And this is my Olive Agate. And of course, it is also in a fine nib. Look at that. That is just beautiful, especially like down there. Just beautiful. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do one little flip through. So let's go back to the beginning. And here are my ink swatches. I actually saw this quote down here, which I absolutely loved, off of the Snowy Studio. She posted her like fall pens, and I saw that quote, and I absolutely liked it, so I decided to use it. Okay, there are my swatches. And then let's go to the big swatches. Isn't this such a great ink? Look at the pink and the light green, and then that haloing of the dark green. Like, that is just, oh, I love it. And then you've got Diamine's Fortune's Gold. Look at that. And the writing, even with that extra fine nib, you can see it in the writing. Esterbrook pens are just so awesome. All right, then we've got the Teranishi Innocent Mauve. Isn't that such a great purple? To me, that's a beautiful purple. And then you have the Ackerman. And then we have the Wearing Gold. And then the City Museum Gray by Kobe. I love that gray. It kind of has like a brown tint to it. I can't quite explain it, but oh, I really like that a lot. And then we've got the Queenstown Gold Mine. Wow, look at that shimmer. Even in the writing. I don't know if you can see it in the writing, but definitely can in that swatch. And then we have Alpine. It's almost like a silvery green shimmer that's in there. It's in even in the writing. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, I am gonna absolutely love writing with that color. And then last but not least, our late arrival, last minute ad is the Coffee Monster Co. and Robert Oster's Coffee Monster. That is a beautiful brown. Okay, those are my October currently inked. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions on any of the inks or any comments, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, I tried to get a little bit of each color, you know, the red, the orange, the yellows, the browns. And then I had to, you know, I had to kind of throw in the purple. So yeah, okay, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your weekend.